Alright, y'all, it's Alchemy of Life back with another video. And today's video is going to be titled The Power of Self-Love. I'm feeling great. Just been doing me, loving myself. Just got back from the chiropractor, and man, I really needed that shit. Whew. A lot of us, like I said, we hold things in our shoulders and our necks. Please go to the chiropractor and get a full body adjustment if you can. Just find a great one that does. The great chiropractors generally offer multiple services like acupuncture, massage therapy, rehabilitation. You know what I'm saying? I went to a one here in my city where I'm at. I could have went to one that's close to my job or whatever, and there are a lot of them in the 217 area. But I don't know. I just felt compelled to go to one closer to my house. you know. And it's funny because his wife used to be my band teacher in sixth grade, and I went to school with his daughter. Weird synchronicities. You can tell he really cares. So I'm gonna light this Palo Santo before we start. Before we start, will it light? Yeah. There we go. I need to get some more Palo Santo. This is actually a free stick I got from ordering on an Etsy shop that I get my oils from. Shit. Fuck. Yeah, just cleanse the area, cleanse the space of all negativity and all that. All right, let's get started. So the power of self-love. Self-love. Well, let's talk about selfishness. Let's talk about the negative connotation of selfishness and the other side that no one talks about. So selfishness is generally defined as being greedy, self-absorbed, things of that nature. It's all about you. That is the extreme polarity of selfishness, which is the vibration that we get from it these days. But nobody tells you that selfishness can be defined as self-love in a good way. When you go into yourself, it's just on the other pole. It's going into yourself and loving you. You see what I'm saying? When you get too deep into that, too far, too much, you get what we see today. That's it. That's all. Nobody talks about that. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta, every time you go to love yourself, you're being selfish, self-love. It's not a bad thing. But when it becomes to be always all about you, then you start to see where you are with it, you know? And the point of self-love is to take care of you, and your vessel inside and out, mental, physical, and spiritual. And all output of being of that so you can take care of your surroundings and other people. You see what I'm saying? So it's not always just about you. You're doing this for you and for other people. But first for you. But when you get too deep into it, it's always going to be about you and never about anybody else. Especially if you're in a relationship. So that's one of the things. So self-love is generally especially on the spiritual path, is take spiritual baths and light candles and work with your crystals and take time to yourself and detox from social media and detox and shit like that. That's all great, but remember, when you're taking care of self in any kind of way, think about the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. It all comes back to universal law and hermetics. If you're into hermetics, they talk about the three planes of existence. You have to love yourself on all planes of existence: the spiritual, the mental, and the physical. And a lot of this woo-woo spiritual side of things, they like to go heavy into the spiritual side and on the surface level of the mental and the physical. They don't go any further generally because they're just wanting to get clicks and views and all that type of shit. I'm gonna tell you, you need to dive deep into it. You need to make a list that says mental, physical, and spiritual, or in your head or on paper, and find ways that you can take care of yourself based upon first, what are your primary needs on all three of those levels. So for me, I needed to get my posture right. I needed the way I was feeling, which on a spiritual level, which is where, in the mental level is where those things start. There's a reason why my shoulders and my neck and things need to be adjusted on a physical level, because I was holding all of that emotion in them. And that emotion turns into something real called toxins. You see what I'm saying? You see how that correlates? So then that means get your ass to the chiropractor. Boom. That was the main thing. He was like, oh yeah, your neck really needs to be adjusted. I heard them cracks. I'm like, ooh, I feel great. And if you ever get any chiropractic work done, they get things moving. The toxins will flush out. So you need to be drinking a lot of water. So I got a gallon of distilled water. That's what I will be drinking today. I didn't get it for that purpose. I got it just because I'm a water drinker and, I love my water. I'm Scorpio. Water gang. We love our water. But, it's going to help get things flushed out. So you might experience some soreness, some tightness, kind of how you were feeling before you went. But that means everything is working, and the doc gave me some good shit. Gave me some of this shit, a bunch of this shit. He says like Bengay on steroids, and trust me, I put some on my back of my neck, I'm feeling great. He's into holistic healing, going plant-based and green, so I know I'm doing right by, where I went, because most chiropractic places, they're all about adjusting and, which is cool, which is great, but you really need somebody that's going to care for you and your body and your needs, in multiple ways. I had the spiritual element there, the physical element, and the mental element. Everything was there. I know I made the right choice. Synchronicities. Like, come on now. So that I just wanted to let you guys know I'm okay, because I know my last video was kind of like, was he doing all right? I'm doing better. It's been a week since my last video, but I'm doing great. I'm doing real good. It's only getting better from here. And I also, when I got that adjustment, I just felt all of the things that were being pent up in there emotionally just like melt away. Just like fucking go away. Like, because it's just being pent up. So now I gotta flush it out. That's what I will be doing. Flushing it out, Different things like that. Just be taking care of me, cleaning my space up, just having a nice kickback, laid back day. I also, and you can tell when you're coming into a higher consciousness and things like that, and a newer level of it, just, there's certain things that just don't serve you anymore, and you're just like, fuck it. Like, I just quit one of my jobs that I've been at for almost 4 years. It would be 4 years in August. Just said, fuck it, I'm done there. I'm done, I've done all I can do. I just put my 2 weeks in. I know they'll be able to find someone, take over the position that I'm doing, maintenance, and I have my other position in the school district that I work for. That's where my focus should be right now. Is, making sure that the kids that we work with are getting to a higher level, even though I just work after school. Just being there since, September, they really depend on us. It's like after school is like their escape from what happened during school. I see myself when I was a kid in a lot of them, because I used to be in childcare when I was a kid. 'Cause my mom used to work a lot. My dad used to work a lot. So, I remember those days. And I had a lot of people there that cared for me, not just teachers, but friends. So I want to be a light in their life. I want to be able to teach them things. I think I'm going to teach some of them alchemy, universal laws. Because some of them, you can tell that, like, some of our fifth graders are on that level where, like, one of the kids, Sydney, she's hella smart. Like, I was helping her with her science homework the other day. That girl, she would understand these things, and I know how to break them down on their level. I know she would get it. It's just certain things like that. But I'm finding more of my purpose every day, so that's good. I'm seeing it, and I'm gonna keep you guys posted on some of my newer endeavors. Uh, down in the comment section, if you're a tea drinker, especially like a detox tea drinker, or just a regular tea drinker, comment below and tell me what are some of your favorite spices and different things like that. Maybe I might have my own line coming out soon. You know, that's definitely something I have the ingredients to start small right now. But let me know what you guys would like. What kind of uh, holistic items you like in your tea, whether it be like orange peel, lemon, or if you like milk thistle, or whatever. If that's your thing, let me know. Cater to the people. So I just wanted to know. I just wanted to not know. I wanted to tell you guys, self love is a 3-step process: mental, physical, and spiritual. Healing on all levels of existence. Don't just focus on one because they correlate. As above, so below. It starts spiritual. Well, it starts in the mind, then it goes up to spiritual, comes down to physical. It manifests as physical. So it could be negative or it could be positive. But that's how it goes. The mind is the link between above and below. Always know that. Alchemy of life. I'm out.